Guys, so I'm wrapping up all the stuff from the summer, from the FIBA events, and wanted to kind of do a breakdown by nation and how they performed in U16, U18, U20, and Eurobasket. And final chart, I basically gave points to each of the teams based on how they ended in the standings. So, say Serbia won the U16s, they got 1 point. The second team, Lithuania, got two, and so forth and so on. And I did it for U16, 18, and 20, and then accumulated all the points for each nation. On this chart, Italy won and had the best summer out of all the countries. In Eurobasket, they won the U20 event and then came in third in U18 and fourth in the U16s. So um, reached the semifinals in each of the tournaments, which was really good for them. I thought the U20 team might not have been the most talented. I thought their 3 point shooting percentages were very low for a team that won an event, especially in modern basketball. But Ferrari is really good. Ozazui showed a lot. And then Asui is super talented and has a really good motor. So I think that coupled with some good guards and some good guard play and experienced guard play got them to where they got. And so, congratulations on that win. But the most talented group is clearly the U18 group between Donati and Garavaglia. They showed a lot. Obviously, Perez and Swigo weren't there, so that would have changed the dynamics even more. But congratulations on their medal winning event. And then Maketti probably stood out the most out of the U16 group that beat France and made it to the semifinals. The second team that ranked the highest was Serbia. Obviously, the U16s won the entire event, and they have a headliner in Kusturica that's really, really good. But the whole team just played so hard, and as I've said before on this app, they were super fun to watch. So congratulations to them on the win. And then at the U18 level, I think you see a ton of talent there as well with Bachko and Srđantic in particular headlining that roster. And at home, they were able, even though they lost in the quarterfinals, they were still able to win some games afterwards and come in fifth. And then their U20 team was had a good advantage against Italy and fought really hard against them, but ultimately weren't able to win in the semifinals. And then I believe they ended up coming in third. They had some talented guys. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Nikolic and Savanovic, probably, if I remember correctly. And then rounding out the podium would have been France. And it's crazy because two last second shots kind of destroyed this category for them. They would have won probably the whole thing if that U18 tournament they hadn't lost on a basically a buzzer beater by Del Pino and then the buzzer beater by Machetti that we spoke about earlier in the U16 event. Beat that team as well, but France keeps producing. You see it at the NBA level. They're really, really talented on the wing and with their bigs. We saw some guards that are still pretty relevant and had some good events. Lemoine, for example, on U18. And then, of course, U20, I think Damon kind of stood out and he's got a chance to go places. And really, really talented nation overall for basketball right now. And they keep producing a lot of players. So interesting to see how it all shapes out. This will probably be my last video as far as the FIBA events go. Let me know if you think somebody else got snubbed. I think Slovenia had a really good tournament, and the U19 World Cup kind of would have changed things if I'd added that in because they came in third there. And maybe that roster could have done better in the U20s where they kind of lost some points. And then same with Lithuania. It was crazy because they made the semifinals in U20 and U16. Probably should have made it in U18 as well, but lost that game to Latvia that kind of cost them a lot, and that's the most talented roster that they have. But interesting to break it all down by country, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the content all summer, and hopefully I can do it again next summer.